Okay, guys, so I have Mandy here to talk about what happened at BravoCon. You guys know Mandy. She's my friend. She's got the great podcast. Is This Real Life with Mandy Slutsker? Mandy Slut, as I like to call her.
Fondly.
We got to hang out. I got to see you. We got to have our closing dinner together. It was wonderful.
That was one of my
And
favorite moments.
Ingrid and I said it was like the most relaxing thing we did. And we right before we saw you at the airport when we were leaving, we sat there and recorded our little finale episode that we did over there on Pink Shade Prime. We said it was nice to just have dinner with people and not talk about Bravo the entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we are here to talk about Bravo, so get
Well,
ready.
naturally.
So when did you go over to Vegas?
I left on the Thursday before BravoCon,
Okay.
and luckily,
Yeah.
flight was on time,
Uh-huh.
and Giselle and Tia were on my flight.
Okay, because Tia was on our flight home.
Right. She was so nice, and her cousin was sitting behind me on both legs of the flight.
Okay, so that was her cousin, that was her companion, yeah,
Yes, and
okay,
then she came back to talk to her cousin on the flight home, but
okay.
my eyes were closed and I was sleeping, and then I had a dream that Tia was there, and then I woke up and she was right next to me talking to her cousin, and then I just closed my eyes again because I was tired.
I spoke to her at the airport, when we were getting our luggage. I handed her a poker chip and said, "Love you on the show. We're a friendly place if you ever wanted to come on," and she was very nice. She's lovely with her accent. Um, okay, so that was who was on your flight on the way there, but
Mhm.
I never saw the Grande Dame at BravoCon. Did you go to that panel? Did you see her?
No, I saw her at a photo op where we were
Mhm.
getting a picture, and
Okay.
she was up there also doing photos, but I wasn't in that line to get a photo with her.
Who was her photo op, partner?
There wasn't one, it was just her.
Just her.
Yeah,
Oh, because usually there's 2 in the photo ops.
I know. It was kind of wild. I was like, "Wow, they're
I
really
haven't
bringing her
heard
back in a big way."
I haven't heard anybody that met her, that spoke to her. I haven't seen any of the content creators that we hung out with. I haven't seen anybody that has a picture with her.
I think that's very smart though, because, I think they want her first comment to be the sit down with Andy that's gonna show on The Real
Mhm.
Housewives of Potomac during the second half of the season. And so
Right.
I think they're purposefully not putting her out there for interviews,
Mhm.
which I think is good.
Yeah, yeah. I would be interested if anybody even had a photo op with her, like what she said, anything, 'cause we haven't heard one peep, one word.
I know.
So I guess on the second half of the season, I wonder if that'll be like the closing of the season, if she won't appear other than that.
I think it'll close with, like, her legal issues ending and
Uh-huh.
Wendy's beginning.
Now, did you go to the Potomac panel?
I did.
Okay, and so everybody's like, "Ooh, Wendy spilled the tea at the panel." I was like,
There was no
from
tea spilled.
from what I saw, it looked like she just did like a PR, like,
Exactly.
"Thank you for
Now,
people being supportive," or whatever.
here's the tea. In
Yeah.
my row across the way was Eddie. And, like, I guess he wasn't in disguise, but he was wearing shades
At
indoors
the panel, okay.
at the panel. He was there with her. He was on his phone. He took a phone call in the middle of the panel.
And talked, or did he get up and walk out?
Talked. No, he
Oh,
talked very briefly and then put it back down.
okay, mhm. You coulda just sent that to voicemail, Eddie.
Right?
Uh-huh. Okay, interesting. So they both just came right on and just thought, like, "This is fine."
I thought that I had read, and I could be incorrect, but that they were using separate legal teams and separate legal strategies, which I don't know if that's smart, not smart, but it just is very odd to me since they are a married couple. So I don't know
Mhm.
if they're trying to get it so that like one at least gets to walk away and they can take care of the kids while the other ends up likely serving time, or I'm not
Mhm.
entirely sure. So lawyers, if you're listening, let us know if that's a kind of a common maneuver or if that's unusual to have separate legal teams for a married couple that is charged with very similar offenses.
It seems like, if I remember correctly, he's charged with 18 counts and she charged with 14. So
Oh, I
maybe
thought it
that's
was
why.
16, but yeah.
It could be, but he's charged with more counts than she is.
I think it's because that there's that email from him to her being like, "Yo, we're trying to get to 450,000. Do you have anything really expensive we could add?"
She's like, "Let me dig back into my closet and find a
And
Coach wallet from
and she
2017."
didn't I don't believe she responded to that email.
Okay.
So, yeah. But
She probably
man,
called him on the phone like, "Are you stupid? Aren't you the
yeah.
lawyer?"
Aren't you the
Yeah.
lawyer? And I think he also has a business degree. Like, I think he got a joint MBA JD.
Oh, well, look at him not using those degrees.
I know.
Wow. Wow. Oh my god, Mandy. Okay, so tell me, you went to way more panels than I did. So tell me what panels
Yes.
you attended.
Okay, I attended the Valley,
Same.
Salt Lake, Southern
Mm,
Charm,
alright,
Southern
good, let's go to
Hospitality, Summer House.
let's go to Salt Lake.
Best
What
panel.
Okay, tell me what happened.
So Casey and Danielle from Bitch Sesh
Yeah,
were the
mhm,
moderators,
great.
and they did this, like, funny thing where they would, you know, talk and kind of joke, and then they would show a clip of something from last season, and then, uh, the folks on the housewives would comment on it. I think they did a really good job given I'm pretty sure they were told, "Don't talk about the current season." They made one joke about the airplane, but they were like, did not talk about the current season because I
Okay.
think that would have messed with the reunion. And so it was a little bit odd, but because the ladies are such pros and because Danielle and Casey were so funny, it
Yeah.
was like highly entertaining. I think my favorite moment was when they were talking about whether or not something was a costume or couture. I can't pronounce it.
Costume or couture. Okay, yeah, uh-huh.
Couture, and I thought that Bronwyn just, like, ate up Brittany, being like, "You have the same tired old read telling me that I'm wearing a costume, and
Mhm.
every time it's couture." So, but she delivered the line so well, and she was fantastic. She was
Okay.
actually, like, one of the best people that I met the whole weekend.
Okay, I'm gonna go and watch that panel.
I just thought it was
Um,
funny. Like, they
yeah,
made me laugh.
yeah. Well, they're funny. I mean, Casey and Daniel, of course, are hilarious, so that would be a good one. Okay, and then, Southern Charm, I also went to most of that when I got bored and left. Southern Hospitality, I don't watch. Okay, what was another one you went to?
Summer House.
Summer House. Okay, I don't watch, but do know a little bit about it. How was that one?
So it did feel a little awkward between Kyle and Amanda, who are admittedly having marriage problems and living
Yeah?
separately.
Uh-huh.
I believe that they did not share a hotel room this weekend, that they were in separate hotel rooms
Wow.
based on his Instagram stories where he was in the bed and the other half was fully made.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
That
Okay.
wasn't me who sleuthed, that was someone else that told me, and then I went to verify.
Yeah.
So it was just a little awkward because when they were talking about, like, who has the most to answer for this season, like, everyone was like, "Kyle," right? And
Okay.
I don't know, he was kind of acting like, "Aw, shucks, me," when I think he probably did some pretty awful things if everyone's agreeing that
Okay.
he is the most to answer for. So that was just a little awkward.
Okay. Were they sitting together? Did they have them
They were
sitting
sitting
together?
next to each other, and it just did
Okay.
not seem as warm or as like, he was trying to be jokey a little bit with her, and, like, she was not having it.
Does he still have that terrible haircut?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
The other interesting thing is I went to the traders panel, and
Okay.
Danny asked, Sierra about what's going on with Kyle and Amanda and said, "Is Kyle a faithful?" Like, tying it to traders,
Oh, uh-huh.
and she was, like, really upset by the question and was sort of like, "You behave yourself," like, to Danny Pellegrino. It was very interesting, and it was clear that she didn't have, like, a answer teed up, and so then she was like, "As far as I know, he's been a faithful."
Okay. Interesting, but she was shook by the
She
question.
was shook by the question and had this, like, reaction, like, outsized reaction, which then made everyone be like, "Oh, wow, something's really going on," if she's, like,
Uh-huh.
totally thrown off and, going back at him, and she was like, "I thought we were talking about traders here."
Interesting.
Yeah. But there were a lot of questions for the folks on the panel that were not traders
Of
related.
course, of course.
About Robin, was there in Potomac. Most things were traders related, but it was kind of like going back on the shows or like who from your cast do you think would be really good on traders? There were all kinds of kind of like mixed things, but
Yeah,
they had to address some of the stuff going on.
yeah. And who hosted that panel, Traders?
That was also Danny Pellegrino. So it
Dang.
was really awkward.
And I went to the Valley, yes, that's why Danny
Wait, wait,
Pellegrino.
wait. I
Okay.
actually don't think he hosted Summer House. I don't remember who hosted Summer House.
Mm. Well, I don't know because I don't watch it. I just sort of like
Yeah.
I try to keep up a little bit just sort of on the gossip about it because my niece, that's her favorite show. I took a picture in my Bravo Palooza of West and somebody else that was very tall was in my Bravo Palooza. I took a picture of them for her. Um, I
It
don't
was
know.
Rachel Lindsay.
Oh,
And she was
okay.
really good. She was
Yeah,
really, really good. So I thought her, Casey and Danielle and Danny Pellegrino were the best moderators, although
yeah,
I don't know if you caught the Valley panel, but Danny
I
Pellegrino
did.
moderated that one.
I
But
did.
the cast was giving nothing. And I don't know if they were like terrified because Bravo PR was like, don't spill anything about the upcoming season. But
Yeah,
they just like didn't talk. It was like they couldn't talk about anything. Even Michelle gave a very generic answer about why her and Aaron with the honey
honey.
um,
Yeah,
broke up. It was just it felt like it had been sanitized,
yeah.
like, we weren't getting anything. I actually left early because I left before they even announced Schwartz and Lala as full-time
Oh.
cast because I was like, "This is nothing. This is so boring."
I watched the whole thing. I stayed for the whole thing, and, I agree with that. But I agree with that and the Southern Charm panel that I watched, I thought same. They're saying nothing. I did like, at the end, I went to the Next Gen NYC, whatever the name of
Yes.
that show is, with only because Ben and Ronnie were hosting it, and they also give it going to that panel did not make me wanna watch that show.
Which the
It
show
seemed
is
to be
really
the
good.
most boring people ever.
I think everyone was just very scared. Like, you can't give
Yeah.
out anything away, and so then they're like, "Fuck, okay, what do I do?" And they're just standing there and, like, not sure how to
It's a
answer,
lot
but
of, "You'll have to watch the season. I
yeah,
don't
and
wanna ruin the season. You'll have to watch the season." And you're
I
like
do
and everybody's like,
feel
"Boo." You
I
know?
do feel like we got a little bit from Madison in the Southern Charm.
Well, always because
Well,
she's just
always
so
because
great.
she's
Yeah.
incredible, but she said that if Craig had said the things to her that he had said, or if someone had said what they said to Austin, meaning Craig, that she
Mhm.
wouldn't be friends with them.
Yeah. And you could
Right.
tell on that panel that Austin and Craig really are not friends.
Right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
At all.
it seemed very much but you did also see that viral video that went around about Shep just railing on Paige and Craig.
Okay. So I was there that evening
Okay.
before that happened at
Uh-huh.
that bar.
Mhm.
And one of the women who's standing to the right of him, so, like, to the left of him when you're looking at it,
Mhm.
is this woman named Olivia who, helps, like, TJ with the Sir Wiener stuff. Like, she got the booth for Sir Wieners, she was, like, working with
I
him, that kind of thing.
I don't know who TJ is or
Oh,
what a
he's
Sir
in
Wiener is.
so he has a hot dog stand,
Okay.
that is, like, on the show and whatever, and he was selling merch and
This is
yeah,
hospitality, Southern
this is Southern
hospitality. Okay.
Hospitality, and it seemed like her and then Bradley, who's also on it, kind of whispered in Shep's ear trying to get him to calm down, and one
Mhm.
of the big takeaways for me from BravoCon was the tension between the 2 Charleston casts,
Yes.
where, like, the Southern Hospitality folks think that, the Southern Charm people are not supportive of them, and the
Right.
Southern Charm people feel that the Southern Hospitality cast is not respecting, like, the
Yes.
fact that they came first.
Yes.
It's so stupid, but
Well, what
it's
Whitney said
so
was
real.
also what Whitney said was like, with, if they didn't have us as the lead-in, they'd be over there next to 60-pound sister no, my 1,000-pound sisters. I was like, "So you're saying they were gonna be on TLC? Like, what are you talking about?"
He's just
Yeah.
saying that, like, no one would watch unless
Mhm.
they,
Yeah.
were already watching, and I actually think Southern Hospitality is a better show for me, like,
Mm.
right now than Southern Charm because I don't know, Southern Charm is very produced. It's kind of
Yes.
like, "Okay, now we're getting our Madison and Pat." Like, I know that they're legit
Yeah.
friends, but it all feels very I don't know. It feels like they're, like, filming together because they have to, and they're, like, put in the same situation because they have to, but not because 'cause they're real friends.
Mhm.
Whereas the Southern Hospitality cast is legit friends. They hang out in between, they spend a lot of time. They actually work at these places. It's very reminiscent of, like, early Vanderpump Rules in terms of the type of, I don't know, the
Gotcha.
energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
uh-huh. I did love they showed a Valley Persian style, clip,
Yes.
on when we saw the Valley panel, they showed the trailer for the Valley Persian style with Reza, Gigi, MJ. It looked great. It looks really good.
It did, and I never have seen Shaw's. I think it's so
Really?
I've always wanted to, but then people would be like, "It got so dark, it got so dark," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Is it darker than The Valley where you have, like, an actual, like, situation of domestic violence?"
Oh, yeah. Gigi's always trying
Okay.
to stab somebody and shit. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah,
She's kind
shoot.
of scary. I saw her behind the stage after we got a photo op. She was, like, walking,
Yeah.
and she just has an energy about her, and I don't think I've ever met a Bravo celebrity where I, like, felt the energy before I saw the face. Like, I
That's about
felt
right.
like and I
Yeah.
don't know her, right? I've never seen
Yeah.
her on a show. At least MJ I know from Traders
Yeah.
and very much like her, but,
Mhm.
oh, man, Gigi, I was like, "I don't know who this person is, but I'm not into it."
Yeah, Shaw's was a great show. It was a great show. But yeah, it got really dark too with Mike, who was the guy that kinda was kicked off, and that was also like a domestic situation, and he
Oh,
was always cheating on his girlfriend, his wife, like, he was just real
ugh.
gross, and Reza was always entertaining, you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I would highly recommend. But anyway, that looked like a really good trailer. What other trailers did we see? We saw Vanderpump. I've gotten that screener, but I haven't watched it. We got Vanderpump trailer. People said the trailer was boring.
Yeah, I just think that they should have also called it something else that would make me more excited, you
Yeah.
know? I saw Terry Maloney on Thursday
Uh-huh.
before
Katie
BravoCon
Maloney's
started.
mom, you guys,
Eh,
yeah.
and also Stassi's mom, Dana, they live in Vegas, and I
Mhm.
am friendly with Terry Maloney. We grabbed drinks, happy hour, and she said something. She's so bright. She was like, "Well, they should have called it like Vanderpump, like the second shift or something like that."
Cute,
I was
yeah.
like, "That would have been so cute." And then we've been like, "Okay, it's new. They're starting over. It's a new
Yeah.
thing," rather than Vanderpump season 12. It just,
Same with New York. They
yeah,
should have never called it Real Housewives of New York. They
they
should have
should have
called it
called
Real
it
Housewives
something
of
else.
Manhattan or something. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm. Why won't they listen to us, Mandy? We're so smart.
I know. I thought they were gonna make an announcement about Roni, and they definitely did not make any announcements.
Yeah, that's what I asked you because I woke up late on
Yeah.
Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I was like, "Oh gosh, I missed them announcing an Ultimate Girls Trip road trip, and then I missed they announced the Roni cast." But no, Andy just said that it was cast.
Yeah, that's all he said, and they were gonna start filming soon, and that was it. Now, the big announcement that I enjoyed was The Real Housewives of Rhode Island coming next year, and they
I saw
had
the
a real
trailer.
trailer. It looked really
Yeah,
good. It looked
yeah.
very messy. It looked kind of like Jersey, which,
Yes.
again, I'm not super familiar with Rhode Island, so I was like, "Is it just like northern Jersey? Like,
Yeah.
what's the deal?" I
Is
thought it
it
was
like a
more prim and
richer?
proper
Me too.
because
Me
of,
too.
the Vanderbilt mansion, and I don't know, I've been to Newport
Me
and
too.
and whatever, what's the place with the lighthouses? If it's in Narragansett, like, it's nice. So I
Yeah,
was like, "What is this trash that they're" like, I'm so confused by it, like, the
yeah.
behavior was kinda trashy, and I loved seeing Ashley Iaconetti, who is from The Bachelor. Now she has a long history on television, and her
Mhm.
relationship has a long history on television. So do you wanna hear the
Okay.
backstory of her?
Yeah, Ashley I was on The Bachelor, but that's all I know about her.
Okay, so she's originally from, like, right outside of, DC, like, in Virginia. Her dad's an OBGYN.
Okay.
She's great. She has this, like, kind of immature sort of, like, obsession with boy bands and that kinda thing, but it's very endearing,
Okay.
and she, cries a lot. That's, like, something
Okay.
she's known for, okay?
Okay.
So, she ends up, like, getting kicked off her season, and she comes back for Bachelor in Paradise with her sister, and she cries and cries and all this stuff. She becomes very good friends with this guy, Jared, who she is in love with. And he was on Caitlin Bristow's season of The Bachelorette. And
Okay.
he makes it to the final like 4. He seems like a really nice guy. She's so obsessed with him and is kind of like forcing them to date. It was very weird. And he was very reluctant and all of this stuff. And she
Mhm.
just was like, I know we're meant to be together. And you just saw this going on for years where you're like, girl, he's not interested. And then all of a sudden he was, and they get married and have 2 kids. So like I haven't seen on TV the relationship play out now that he is like an equal partner.
So and they live in Rhode Island, apparently.
And he's from Rhode Island, and that was like a big deal for him to like be in Rhode Island. I think they own a coffee shop together.
Okay.
I don't know what else she does, but like she's a influencer. She makes a decent amount of money, I think, doing that. She's
Okay.
very like she's been on TV for a very long time and people know her
Mhm.
and she's likable. Like she's someone who kind of like always cries over things, is obsessed with like Justin Timberlake and
Okay.
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, whatever. But she has kids now. And so I'm sure she has very relatable content related to that because she's not
Uh-huh.
someone that like will just put on this like face of makeup and act like everything's fine. Like she will show you the full mess.
Alright. And then also, you just said you and I both have a long running history of loving, Stassi Schroeder,
Yes.
and, Dana, Stassi's mom, was at your, happy hour that you went to. Did she tell you about Stassi hosting Secret Lives of Mormon Wives
She did
reunion?
not. She's really good
She kept
about,
that. Mhm.
keeping things quiet. There's some other things that she talked about, but, in general, she's very mum on those sorts of things, and, she's very proud of Stassi and her career. What was very sweet is Nikolai FaceTimed her while we were there, and he's like a full-grown adult,
Yeah, he's a big guy now.
and
Yeah,
he's
he's
a
not.
chef
Oh, good for
in,
him.
like, Arrowhead and lives in her old house.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I loved that announcement today that Stassi was gonna host that reunion. I was like, "Perfect. Anybody's better than Nick Viall." Fucking hate that guy.
So
Sorry.
did I tell you that I met him, with Jody our first morning of BravoCon?
You said, Nick Viall is here and he's wearing his own merch. Now, I need to
I
wear
don't think
my
I
own
s
merch.
Oh, I didn't know he was wearing his own merch.
I thought you're the one that texted me and said he's wearing his own merch.
No. I would
Somebody.
never I don't pay attention close enough, unfortunately.
Oh, you know what? I think it was in a different group chat. Okay, I won't say who. Okay.
He was, like, nice enough, right? But it was very odd when we said we were from DC. He's like, "Oh, I went to DC for the first time last year." It's not a very walkable city, and we stared at him kind of like, "Where were you?"
Because
It's
DC is super
the
walkable.
most walkable city, I think,
Yeah.
in, like, in the
Yes.
continental United States.
Yeah, it's very walkable.
It's
Yeah.
very it's literally set up for people to walk. Like,
Right.
I just
People don't have cars in the city. Right.
and
Right.
he, like, made it sound like it was weird, and we're like, "No, you're weird. If you, like, come and you only stay on the National Mall and you're at a hotel that's only next to Smithsonian's, like, you're not gonna see people because people aren't there in the evening."
That's
You
right.
know? It's like I don't know, I just felt like that was had he not said anything about DC, I think we would have been like, "Oh, he was great."
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know, it was a little weird. He was also at the booth for the European Wax Center, which forced you to sign up with your, like, email and phone number before even meeting him, but there was
Mm.
no line, and I wanted to get my brows done. So I
I literally said, "Who is getting a wax at the European?" Okay, now I
No,
know
no,
it
no,
was
it
you.
wasn't a wax, it was just they, like, will, like, color them in and shape
Oh,
them.
okay.
They weren't, like, actually waxing
I know.
anyone.
I was like, "Who's getting, like, a lip wax at BravoCon?"
And
I was
then
wondering.
they gave out this stuff that I only noticed on the last night. I was like, "What is this, Jody?" She goes, "Oh, it says it's for ingrown hairs, but it's also a bronzer." And she's like, "It should
It
either
made no
be a
sense.
bronzer or for ingrown hairs, but, like, it shouldn't be both."
They had 6 buckets of this stuff out, and I went and grabbed it because I was like, "Well, something free." I went and grabbed it. Is We had the same question. We're standing in that Reebok line.
Yeah.
Ingrid and I were just talking to some people. We're like, "What is a bronzing oil for ingrown hairs? What are you bronzing in your ingrown hair area? What's happening?"
I have no idea. I'm also
Okay.
like, I don't have ingrown hairs. Like, I'm not trying to get a product for that.
well, I don't have ingrown hairs either. And I don't know, is like if you wax your hoo-ha and you get an ingrown hair, then are you trying to bronze that area? It was unclear. It was
Which
unclear.
sounds like a bad idea. Like if you have an ingrown hair, you shouldn't add additional product.
Okay, cool. I'm so glad that you noticed that. We did go to that Reebok thing and you had to spin a giant dice and you're playing like Monopoly and you would say, which do you want? I'd be like, okay, I'll be the diamond. And they would move it and that would be your prize. Um, and really all we needed was a tote bag because we had other stuff we needed to carry. So Ingrid won a tote bag and I put all my crap in it. And then I got some sunglasses, but the goal was to win some tennis shoes,
The
but
one
didn't
tote
happen.
bag that I wish I had gotten that I didn't get was from Vicky Gunvalson and Christian Gray Snow's podcast. Did you
I
get
got
it?
it. I bought it.
It's
Mhm.
so funny. It's like, do you work? Do you
Yes,
work?
no,
Do
it
you
says,
work?
"Do you work? Do you work? Do you work?" That's what it says. It's cute. I bought it.
I love that. I don't know
But
why I love that so much. I'm gonna have to see if they still have merch like on their website.
I'll ask him. I think he's gonna come on. Yeah, did I tell you I told you what happened with that he was with her and they were going to the booth and people were taking pictures of her and he was standing there and I was like, "Hi, can I get a picture?" So he said to the people, he goes, "I've got one. I've got one." And they let me come in and take a picture with Vicky and her orange and Christian.
Oh,
Christian's like, "I don't wanna be in it." I was like, "You're the person I know. Get in the picture."
yeah, I
Yeah.
love him. Her family was there with her,
Yeah.
which like makes me feel I don't know, more excited about seeing
Yeah.
her back on TV because she's got this boyfriend that, like, is lovely and completely uninterested in fame that
Yeah.
just follows her around. He sat down I was in a Bravopalooza that he was in, and I, like, chatted with him. I was like, "What is it like being at a place like this for" and he's just like, "I've been a few years now. Yeah, it's interesting."
Yeah.
Like, he was just, like, totally boring, and then we recognized her brother, Billy,
Of course.
who was
Yeah.
with her, and then she had a sister-in-law from her first husband that was with
Mary
her
Ellen.
also,
Mary
and
Ellen.
it was just like,
Yeah.
wow, if, like, your sister-in-law from the husband that you're no longer married to,
Mhm.
who also passed away, but if you have, like, that relationship still, so much so that they're a guest of yours at
Yeah.
BravoCon, then, like, maybe you're not a shitty person, like, maybe you do you know what I mean? Like, I
She
think
was with her in 2022. That's where we met her, Mary Ellen.
okay. I
Mhm.
just think it shows and I'm not saying like a shitty person, but I'm just saying it shows like these like deep relationships
Yeah.
that I find really interesting. That when you find a housewife that doesn't have deep relationships or long-term friendships or close relationships with family, you
Mhm.
usually like they're not as good to watch
Yeah, I agree.
for me.
All right, tell everybody when on your show you're gonna be talking about your experience at BravoCon.
Yeah, so it's gonna come out on this coming Sunday, November 23rd at 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm
Okay.
gonna be recording with my friend Jody Tarangle, who was on the podcast a few other times, but we're gonna be recapping our experience together, and we're gonna share a few things that I'm not sharing until that point.
Yes, and I know what some of those things are. It's juicy, guys. She has some juicy interactions that you're gonna wanna hear about. Some you've heard about in the press, and Mandy may have been there. So she may have been there. So, guys,
Very wild.
make sure you're listening to Is This Real Life with Mandy Slutsker, and her episode will come out on Sunday, giving her hot tea from BravoCon. Thank you for doing this, Mandy. I've got Ace coming on. I've got Miguel as a maybe. He had a car accident.
Oh my
And
god.
so he wrote me and was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it." Now, he's fine, but he was like, "So now, like, I don't." Anyway, but definitely, I've got Smith sisters coming on and some other people. So everybody that's going to be here on this episode, you'll be hearing all the recaps. I appreciate Mandy as always. You jumping in and helping me out. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh gosh. Hi guys. I'm here with Ace. So this is a day, Ace, where I'm just talking to lots of different people. So there'll be no intro. I'm
Mm.
just rolling them through today. I'm
So
just
you're not
chatting.
gonna say like, "Oh, an audience favorite?"
Fan fave.
Fan
Fan
fave.
fave.
Thank you.
Backed by popular demand. Everybody always asks for Ace. That's true. Every time you come
I
on.
will take it.
Yeah, every time you come on, like you and Ace are so good together. Listen, guys, we met in person this weekend at BravoCon.
It was nice getting to meet you in person. You know
Was.
what? It was even better getting to meet Ingrid in person because I'm like, "Oh, she's nice. She's nice. She doesn't hate me."
What? You thought she hated you?
Yeah, well, she's not much of a like, I'm like a 5 exclamation marks, I'm 10 emojis,
Yeah.
and none of that's happening. None of that's happening there. And so I was like, oh, she obviously fucking hates me. Then I
Okay.
met her
Well,
in person. I'm like, oh no, not at all.
I
She's
think that's
delightful.
I think that's a you problem because
Always.
yeah, because she has never given anyone any indication that she hates them unless she actually fucking hates them.
No, but I assume everybody hates me.
Yeah,
That's my go-to.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. You want me to tell you a funny story that happened to Ingrid? This is a story that she told over on our $10 Prime. We just did a little report every day from BravoCon.
Yeah.
And she was walking over to the Ryan Bailey meetup thing that we had.
Yes.
Or she was walking back or something. Anyway, we weren't together. Maybe she was going to the Ben and Ronnie event. Doesn't matter. We weren't together. She was going through one of those sky bridges, right?
Oh yeah.
And just her and this other person, and they were crossing. And let me tell you what she's wearing. So she's wearing black pants with black flats, like a pink top, and like her hair in a ponytail. So she clearly wasn't a lady of the evening. Okay.
Right. That's what I was wearing too.
Yeah. And this man, as he walks by, she thinks he says, "Are you from here?" And she says, and so she loves that. She loves whenever town she's in that people think she's from there because then she can give directions. Okay.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, me? No." And he goes, "No, I said, do you give head?"
Oh.
But he did this, Ace, and if you're watching, you'll get it. If not, you'll have to visualize it. He did this motion of push the woman's head down towards his crotch.
Wow. So did she do it?
Yeah, right there. The sky
Nice.
bridge. Yeah.
That's good. You know what? Because they say like, what's the saying? Whoa, now I don't know what the saying is. It's do as the Romans do or something like that.
When in Rome. Yeah.
When in Rome. Yeah. When in Rome,
No, she didn't do it. She was furious, but that has been hands down my husband's favorite story from BravoCon.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
He did it last night several times, like the dinner table, like, "Come on, woman," and like tried to and pretended to push someo's head down. I mean, my daughter's at the table, and we're
That's
like,
beautiful.
Dave.
That's
he goes,
beautiful.
he's like, "That shit is so funny to me." He just thinks it's hilarious.
Every time I would go past the card slappers, I would take a bunch and I'd always say, "Oh, thank you so much." And I've collected them.
The women.
Yeah, the women that are on the cards.
Yeah.
And so
you're gonna do it. You're gonna wallpaper your son's bedroom with those?
No, so I handed some off, and to different people as like a little surprise. Like, here, I got you something, and
her name is Candy.
I gotta say, Vegas is the grossest place in the entire world.
Ace, if we were together, we would high five.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
There's nothing worse than when you're like getting up 8 a.m. You're like, I'm going to go grab a bagel. And you just see some 90-year-old with a cigarette hanging out their mouth, their oxygen tank sitting at the slots, just like.
And they've been there and they've been there all night.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I agree. And it's not even the indoors that bother me. It's more so the outdoors. It's
really?
Yeah.
At least the outdoors, I'm like, it's somewhat of fresh air-ish.
Yes.
But indoors, it's just like you're dying. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if I turned a corner at a casino and one of the old people was just dead and their fingers still on the thing. Like, and it would take a while for them to find them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Unless they're coming around to offer them free drinks. But at those slots, they're not offering you free drinks.
No, I think Vegas is having a hard time right now. I don't think anyone's getting free drinks right now.
I don't know. I saw a zillion people there. A zillion.
Gross.
A zillion. Well, thank you. I don't like it either. Listen, and I was kind of taking a poll when I was meeting people like, do you like Vegas? And I don't judge them if they do, because some people like of Katie and Kimberly. Katie, she loves Vegas. Some people really love it.
Why?
I don't know. They think it's fun. They like, there's so much to do. I'm like, go to New York City. I don't know.
I don't want to go to I hate New York City too. I hate a hustle and I hate a bustle.
So does my husband. He hates New York City.
New York City is disgusting. It literally smells like urine everywhere you go.
It does, but I love New York.
There was one Chinese restaurant we went to in New York when we went, and we went 2 times during one trip because it was so good. And it wasn't even that the food was that great. It was that they gave you these peanuts beforehand that were just amazing. And we went back for the peanuts again.
Okay. I also got to meet Caitlin, which was exciting for me.
Yes. What'd you
Um,
think? I mean, obviously she's not my better half, right?
Listen, I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
you're hashtag blessed with that one.
Yeah, I know.
She's really great. And the first night we were walking to the Watch What Happens Live, and she had those heels on. I was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" She was
Those
like, "I didn't know."
yeah.
The next day, she said she was crippled. Yeah,
Then after Watch What Happens Live, we had to stop at like the CVS and get flip flops to
there was
finish the walk home.
there's no way she was gonna make it. No way. She was gonna be one of those bitches that walk around barefoot in the casino. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So a couple of those. Well, we had a great time with you. Now, I did see you make a post about BravoCon saying
Mhm.
that you hated it and you felt like everybody was looking over your shoulder to see who was better to talk to.
Yes, for sure.
You stand by that?
Yes. I said not everyone, but a lot of people. It just feels like, and I'm not talking about the Bravo Lebs because it's like I don't expect them to be like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to talk to you," you know.
Yeah.
But it's
Tell
like
me about your 3 under 2.
right. It's I feel like you make these friends online and then you like meet them in person and I don't know, you're expecting to like be friends and then that's
Uh-huh.
like I don't know, it doesn't quite happen that way. And maybe it's because
Hmm.
people are there to work. Maybe they're like, "Oh, I'm here to work and whatever." And I've never understood cutting off the difference between work and personal life. They
Mhm.
are one and the same for me. And if I had a
Mhm.
job, I would always get in trouble for, getting everyone off task.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It just feels like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not saying it's you. I'm not saying it's Ingrid. I'm not saying it's anyone. I'm not even saying it's anyone in particular. It was just
It's
like this
obviously not
vibe.
me and Ingrid. My God, that'd be so rude to come on my show and insult me to my face.
Well, I thought maybe you were bringing it up because you were thinking maybe I said it about you, but it wasn't.
No,
No, it was just like it was just the vibe.
I get it because you and I had a great time. But
I loved getting to see you, and I felt you were exactly the same in person.
I felt you were exactly the same in person, except taller.
Ah, yes, I love that.
I did. I really did. I really thought you would be closer to my height, but you were not. You were
Oh,
taller.
yeah, no, that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Well, I think it's because you're a gymnast, and I think of gymnasts as being tiny little fellas.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I was not built for gymnastics.
No, you just do it.
Just do it, but I was not made for it. No.
That's so funny. Well, I know I actually do know what you mean because I would say there are other like content creators that I know that I've either met in person before or not that maybe I thought we would vibe like you and I did,
Yeah.
like right away. And they were sort of like, okay, got to move on to the next bigger person. Right.
Right. Yes. And I don't know. I hate that feeling. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, and I'm fine with that, but I just wish that I didn't like you beforehand. If I didn't care about you beforehand and then I met you in person and you were like that, it's like, okay, whatever. Like that's just who they are. But it's like you talk to these people, you make connections with them, and then it's like you meet them in person, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, I understand. Well, let's talk about some positive things that happened. Okay.
Okay.
So I know you attended the Valley panel because I was also at that panel.
Yes.
What did you go to any other panels? Because I felt like after that, I never saw you again. You were like in that Herdot studio and gone.
I went to Beverly Hills. I got to see Rachel Zoe. I'm very excited about that.
I got a picture with Rachel Zoe.
Oh, I would never want a picture with Rachel Zoe. She's tiny.
Oh,
I would look like Tammy from 1,000-Pound Sisters next to Rachel Zoe.
I looked like King Kong, but I didn't care. But once we did a selfie, I felt a little better about myself because when you get like the full body shot, you're like, yikers.
Yeah. Also, you probably didn't see me because you were sitting in VIP and I was not, because press just gets to sit in GA.
That's right. Sorry
we get to
about
sit
it.
in the gay section.
The gay section.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And so did you enjoy that panel?
Yeah. Oh, I love a panel more than anything. I felt like Anna just kept wanting to like work the room. And I was like,
yeah,
can I just go sit like a panel? I just want to sit. I love to sit. Nothing makes me happier than sitting,
You could really see the place to see people, really, hot tip for 2 years from now. towards the back of the general admission, a lot of the content creators would just go sit on those very back rows
Mhm.
and do work, right? Because you got work to do on your phone,
Yeah.
and there's nowhere to like just lounge really, unless you go to the VIP lounge, which you didn't have access to.
No, but let me
Yeah.
tell you, I went
Mhm.
in the press room, the
Ooh,
media room.
so
Oh,
nice.
no, a fucking terrible
Oh,
place to be because it was so weird to me. Like, I don't know. I just imagine like these content creators like creating their little memes and like laughing to themselves and stuff. You get back there, they're all on laptops. They're like creating their shit like right there on their computers. And I was just like, oh, this is not fun. I don't want to see how the cheese is made or whatever.
yeah. I get it.
I
Yeah.
want it to, I love the idea of everyone just like, oh my God, I had this funny idea for a meme and it popped in my head and I'm going to create it really fast right here. Instead, it's like it's a manufactory turning this stuff out.
Manufacturing.
It's so sad.
Well, I have asked for the last 2 times they've sent me a survey, and we'll do so again this year, that for content creators that are not press, that we don't have, just regular content creators, they should have a room for us that we could sit with our laptop or whatever.
Yeah.
So in real time, I could be like, today I saw these 6 people in post, but instead I have to come home, talk about it, and then forget about the picture and whatever. I would love to be able to do it, but they have no space for content creators. They have the press room,
Mhm.
and then they have the VIP lounge. So if you're just regular GA, then you got to go find like a seat to sit in just somewhere on the floor. And work.
I also, second day of BravoCon, was not allowed in the media room.
Why?
I don't know. Like, me and Anna went to go get in there and they were like, no, you don't have the media sticker on your thing that says press. And I was like, what? We were just in there yesterday and they're like, nope, you need to have this sticker today. And I was like, no, but like, we were literally just in there yesterday. And he's like, sorry, that's the rules. I'm like, okay. So we go to the front and we're telling them about this. And they're like, yeah, your contact needs to let us know. And I was like, our name was on the list yesterday when you checked it. So why can't you check the list now today and say, oh, this is why you're not on it, or this is yes, you are on it. It just, I hate gatekeepers. They really annoy me.
Yeah. So third day, were you able to go in?
I didn't go once on the third day.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had to go. You had a sick nanny.
Yes, we had a sick nanny, and I was just like, I was tapped out. I was tapped out on people. I was tapped out on smoke. I was tapped out on Ozempic. You know, I just there's so much Ozempic in the water right now in Vegas. Like all those people were pissing out Ozempic left and right. It is the skinniest people I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, the housewives, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
It was
Jim
insane.
Pedranti walked by us at one point and we did not know who it was. We were like, who's that? So skinny.
Oh no.
She's our muscular workout girl.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But like we were like, who is it? She turned around like we didn't know.
You know who I saw? Caroline Stanbury is, I'm not joking you, she's this thin.
He's holding up a phone cord.
She's literally this thin.
I didn't see her. Maybe it was Jim Pedranti and I thought it was Caroline Stanbury. I don't know.
She was so tiny, and God, her husband is so good looking, but also so skinny. They are just, I could kidnap both of them so easily. I could have been backstage. I could have grabbed them both, put them both over my shoulder and ran out of there. And it would have felt like I just had a little backpack on.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about some wonderful encounters that you have with Bravo celebrities.
Okay. Well, everyone always knows that my housewife hall pass is Monique Samuels. And I got to meet her. And my wife was the one who offered it up. And she's like, just so you know, like you are his hall pass.
Okay.
And my wife did say after that, like, you know, I know that you would never have sex with him. And it was like,
her.
No, she would never have sex with me. I would have sex with Monique Samuels in a minute. Minute. Yeah.
Monique would never have sex with you. Okay,
right. So I think that's part of why the hall pass works, is because my wife's like, yeah, good luck, buddy. And then someone who was with Monique Samuels said to my wife, well, then you're my hall pass.
And then she got complimented.
Yes. So like we're both getting hall passes, you know?
Everybody's getting fucked at BravoCon.
Everybody's getting fun. You know what's funny is we last BravoCon is when we found out we were pregnant with our daughter.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we were very nervous. But I also got to meet, you know who I got to meet?
Tell me.
Katie Janela. And
I met her too.
She came out the door, turned, saw me, and was like, like excited to see me because she knows I've been hitting the fucking pavement trying to get everybody to understand that Katie is in the right with this entire situation.
Yeah, I know. You've
Since
been
the beginning.
Yeah, you're a big Katie stan. I know.
Big
I did
time.
meet her, and she was like a light coming off of her. She's beautiful.
She's gorgeous. She's kind. She's nice. Like sometimes you just feel like they're kind of like, oh, hey, as they're like slowly walking.
Yeah.
Away from you, and you're like,
I can't get a picture. Yeah. But they're smiling. Yeah.
Yes. So I love that I got to meet her. I saw Jen Fessler, who actually remembered who I was, which felt really nice. And did I meet? Oh, you know who I met? Carl. I met Carl from Summer House. And
I never saw him. Weird.
I told him, I was like, hey, I just want you to know, like, I think that you are super hot. And he was so appreciative of that. And he was like, thank you so much and stuff. And I was like, I'm married. I've got a wife and stuff, but I just think you're super hot. And then afterwards, Anna kept giving me a hard time. She was like, that was so weird that you said that. I'm like, he liked it. He liked hearing that.
I would love it if somebody told me I was super hot. Thank you.
What does it matter what's between your legs? If you're hot, you're hot. And doesn't everyone want to know that?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, you know who else I told was hot too? Now, I would think that would, other than Monique Samuels, I think that would be very disrespectful for me to tell a woman that she's hot because she's probably like, ew, you're creepy. But I'll tell a guy he's hot all the time.
Okay.
And that is Jesse from McBee Dynasty. I met him in the hallways at Four Seasons, and I was just like, can I just tell you something really quick? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, everyone thinks like Steven Jr. is where it's at, but I just want you to know, I have told my wife from the beginning, you are the hottest McBee. Like, there is no question. You are the hottest McBee brother. And I don't know why people are after Steven Jr. when you're here. He said, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that.
Amy Archer will understand everything of what you just said. I understand nothing.
You've not watched any McBee Dynasty?
No, but I did see this woman. I'll see if I could show you the picture. I saw
Galena, super blonde.
Yeah, I saw her, and I sent it to Amy because I didn't know who she was.
In what world does Amy Yeah, that's Galena.
Amy said, "Watch out, she might stab you."
She's a little crazy. She's a little crazy. She'll probably come to your house and want to murder you if you try and look at Steve Sr.
Okay.
But in what world does Amy Archer know somebody on Bravo over you?
Because McBee Dynasty was on another station and they moved it to Bravo.
Okay.
That's why.
Well, it just, that's not. Amy Archer does not like the Bravo world.
She watched one season of Salt Lake City and dipped out, which I
hated
think
it.
Which I'm
hated
like
every second of it.
Which just shows there's something wrong with her because you and I know that is the best show on Bravo.
There's no wrong. What do you think about Real Housewives of Rhode Island?
The trailer.
Yeah.
Way trashier than I thought, right?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited that every time a scene cut, I was like, oh, there's Dolores. No, that's not Dolores.
Oh, no. That's Dolores. No, that's not Dolores.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was like, she only showed up at the very end talking about how the two of them look alike. And I was like, yeah, but also every other woman looks the same too. There's one woman who looks just like Dolores, but the other ones, it's like, it's Dolores in different hair colors.
It was a cast of Dolores.
Yes.
Dolores I.
Yeah.
Plural. I agree. I was like, oh, wow. That is that? Huh? Oh, there's a boat. I'm confused. It was like, it was rich, but it was trashy.
Yes. I love it.
Because I kept going to Rhode Island, like Newport, like that's fancy. Like that's rich.
It felt like it was money.
But trashy.
Which is honestly one of my favorite combinations. Like,
yeah.
OC back in the day was so much money and so much trash.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like maybe in Rhode Island, all these men marry trashy women.
Yeah.
And now they're trashy women with money. Yeah. I like
now, I already am telling you who my least favorite is. And that is Ashley I from The Bachelor.
Okay, that's hilarious because yesterday, I talked to Mandy Slutsker for this thing, and she was like, "Do you know about Ashley I?" and gave me the entire story, and she likes her.
Oh, no. I felt like they cast her because they were like, you're a name people would recognize, but you're not a part of this group. And I hate that. Like, I'm fine with just these women all seem like they are very, very connected.
Yeah.
And then we throw one person in there who's not just because they're like a name. And it's like, ugh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to see if it's like stunt casting or if she really is in that group, you know?
Yeah.
But Mandy explained the whole thing to me, and to that I was grateful because I was like, I understand Ashley I was someone on The Bachelor, but I didn't understand anything else. I'm not saying Mandy really likes her. I think she thinks she likes her because she's chaos. She said her brand is that she cries all the time.
Yeah, no, she's definitely emotionally unstable, which I appreciate. I just hope that she's willing to be that with these other women that she doesn't really know. What do you think about the new Vanderpump?
I didn't watch the trailer.
Oh,
I did get the episode though, and I haven't watched that either.
Oh my God. Wow. Look at you go.
No. They always send me the screener, the first screener for every show. Like even like,
oh yeah, me too. Always.
Quantum,
They're always just like, hey,
no. It's once
humble
you get
brag.
once you get into that NBC portal, it could be Quantum Leap. It could be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It could be a show you've never heard of, or it could be Housewives. They just always send you the first one once you're in that NBC portal. So I got the Vanderpump Rules one, but
I got to get in the NBC portal.
You got to get in the NBC portal. All you do is ask. Just ask an NBC person and they'll put you in the portal.
I got to get in that portal. I want the portal. I want to get in the portal. I'm
not interested.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. Okay. It's just, I feel like I'm glad that we're not bringing a single person back because I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable when we've got one hanger on her, you know, and it's like, you guys graduated 5 years ago, and why are you coming back to the high school party? I don't like that.
I'm glad we don't have, and maybe we will get Peter running around. We don't know.
Oh God, poor Peter. He's so pathetic.
I know, but at least we don't like pretending DJ James Kennedy's not canceled. If he wasn't canceled, he would definitely be at see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wiki. Yeah.
Yes. No, and I don't want that. So I'm glad that it's a whole fresh new cast. There's one guy on there, and I think that he thinks he's going to be the Jax of the group.
Okay.
And it felt like I could smell the desperation on him for camera time. And I don't like that. But everyone else seemed like they were just the usual, like West Hollywood fucked up, like desperate, which I like. I enjoy that a lot. I hate when Vanderpump people started getting money because I was like, no, I don't like that.
But
I like when you guys
Well, the reason Vanderpump worked is because they actually worked at the restaurant and they were actually friends. And that's why it was so good for so long. These people, I believe, were all cast to be on the show and work in the restaurant.
Some of them have worked there. She said some of them worked there 2 or 3 years. So that I was happy about. But also, I felt like a lot of the people looked alike too. And I was like, oh God, I can't remember who's who.
I know. It's all these boring white people. Well, okay. Any bad encounters you want to share?
Oh, bad encounters.
I know I can count on you to tell a bad encounter. I think some of my guests are not going to say any bad encounters. I was like, tell me.
Why would they? Shoot. You know who I had the worst encounter with?
Tell me.
My Uber driver who would not shut the fuck up. She was apparently. We got in the car, thought everything was great and stuff. She seemed high energy and stuff. And then she told me that she was a children's author. And I was like, oh, no way. I'm like, I've got 3 kids. Like, what's your book about? It wasn't enough to just tell me what it was about. She whips the book out. She hands it to me. And I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. It wasn't. It sucked. It was a terrible fucking book. Like, I would never read this to my kids. And then she's like, you can buy it from me right now. I take Venmo or Zelle or Cash App. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, like and I just kind of kept pretending that I didn't hear her. And could I have spent the $15.95? Yes. But I just was like, this book sucks, you know? And sometimes I feel like we enable people by allowing them to continue doing something and when they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And the book was terrible. It was terrible. And she, the entire drive, kept being like, you should buy this for your kids. I think your kids would really love this. And, you know, she just kept going. And I was like, get me out of this Uber. I thought about going down the Vegas Strip, opening my door and just rolling out.
Did you give her a 1-star review and say, try too hard to push her book?
No, 5 stars. Always 5 stars. She probably gave me a bad review because I didn't buy her book.
Here's the thing. I feel like you got tricked because she said, I'm a children's author, to which you go, that's so interesting. I have kids. And then she's got you.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I was like,
once she gets some grandparents in there, they're like, okay. You
right.
know?
It's so annoying because it's like, ma'am, I only read high quality rhyming books to my children. If I can't rhyme it, if I can't sing it, I'm not a part of this lifestyle. I don't read, you know.
How do you like moo ba la la la?
Oh, I like Moo Ba La La La, but that's a very short one. Very, very short.
That was my favorite one.
My favorite one is one called Oi Frog.
Okay.
Oi Frog. Yes. And it's all about like what do different animals sit on. And the cat's like, the frog's like, what do cats sit on? And the cat's like, cats sit on mats. Cats sit on mats, rats sit on bats, and tigers sit on schmigers. I don't know. Something like that. But that's my all-time favorite, and nothing will ever beat Oi Frog for me. Anyways, other bad encounter, you know who's a bitch? Emily Simpson, which I knew beforehand. I knew Emily Simpson was a little bitch before, and it got proved to me again. And her little twerp of a husband, Schmiegel, he's also a little shit.
Really? They were rude to you?
Well, no, Shane actually talked to us. And Anna was like, you should come on our podcast. And he was like, yeah, but I knew what that meant. I knew that was more like, no, I'm too good for you. And I'm like, sir,
what else is he doing?
Nothing, you know, living off his parents' money.
Yeah.
But Emily, while we were talking to him, so Gina got asked to be interviewed by somebody who was right by us, but they didn't ask for Emily. And you could just feel the fumes coming off of her. Gina looked incredible.
Love Gina.
Incredible.
I love Gina.
Like up close, I was like, holy shit. Like she's tall, she's gorgeous, she's got great skin. Like none of the things I would have said about her before this. And then Emily was there. Emily to me is like, she's got Trunchbull energy, you know?
What does that mean?
Have you ever seen the Matilda?
No.
Okay, Trunchbull is the principal at the school in Matilda, and she puts kids in the chokey. And at one point, she takes a girl by her pigtails and she swings her around and around and around, and then throws her through the air.
Wow!
And then she makes this kid eat this chocolate cake, and it's disgusting.
Child abuse.
Yes, it's a great movie. Great movie. You know, wouldn't probably fly these days, but she just has an energy like you just felt her coming, and it was just like, oh no, here she comes, and it's just like everyone run, put away anything happy and nice because here comes Emily Simpson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else negative or positive to say about anyone else? Like something that stuck out, like, wow, this person was cool. Or
I talked to Tom Schwartz for a quick second, and I was with my wife, and she was like, you should have asked him to be on the podcast. And I was like, nah, I'm too scared. Now, something I love about me is people would be like, a Bravo Leb could come up to me and they'd be like, you know, does anyone have any podcasts? I'm looking to get on a podcast. And I'd be like, oh, let me, I have my friend Mary Payne on Pink Shade. I have this person and this person. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. I'm never going to say myself because I don't know. I'm just like, they're not going to want to do that. They fucking hate me already just talking to them. Tom Schwartz was very nice guy. Love talking to him. Who else did we meet backstage? Oh, Alexia, Real Housewives of Miami. There was a moment. So we're at the Four Seasons. We go to get in the elevator, and I can see Alexia is coming up behind us. And I'm with Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami, and they have bad blood. Alexia, I think at the last minute realizes Anna's in there, and she almost didn't go in the elevator, but then she did. And we had to ride up 30 floors with Alexia, and I will say I thought it was a great moment. They kind of talked it out. They had a hugging moment.
Good.
And damn it, is Alexia the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in person.
Oh my God.
Holy moly.
I don't know how old Alexia is. I feel that she might be close to my age.
Yeah.
And I'll have what she's having. I don't know who the doctor is. I don't know what magical serum she's drinking, but I would like to have all of it.
And wasn't everyone else just so tiny? So tiny. Everyone was just like, not even just, obviously everyone there was skinny, but like everyone was just so short. Like Alexia was so much, what was she, like 5'4"? In my head, she's like 5'10".
No. In the picture with me, she's a full head taller than me.
But she's got her heels on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know that Marisol's not your favorite, but I did love meeting her. Lots of people had bad encounters with Marisol, but
I had an awkward moment with Marisol.
I had a good one.
So I went to the Hurrdat studio. I'm leaving and I'm at the Four Seasons. I get out of the elevator and she's like right there. Mm-hmm. And I know that she knows who we are because of Anna and that we've talked so much shit about her.
Yeah.
And I just like pretend that I don't see her and I keep walking. And then I'm waiting for my friend in the lobby of the Four Seasons. And she keeps like coming past me and we keep like passing each other. And I was like, this is uncomfortable. You know, I talked a lot of shit about you. But yeah, I think the rudest person I met was Emily Simpson. And that's not shocking to me at all. Yeah. And like, obviously I knew like Andy Cohen's one of those people that's like, you're a god. Yeah. So I wouldn't expect you to even look my direction.
Yeah.
And that's what the interaction was when he walks past. Like he doesn't even see you, know who you are, or smell your breath or anything. But that's how I wanted it. That's how I wanted it.
But I think at a BravoCon, there's just no time for him to meet new people. But I do think if you like went to watch What Happens Live and Anna introduced you or something, he'd be lovely because we've met him in that way before. He was perfectly nice, you know, for 15 seconds. Not, you know, he's not going to stand for a prolonged period of time. But yeah,
right. And so I love that. Jeff Lewis, which I know how you feel about Jeff Lewis, but I will die on the hill that I'm in love with him, and I'm in love with Shane.
I know you are. And I think Shane is sweet at his heart. And you and I have talked offline quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you right now, if you ever go on that show, your feelings will be so hurt and he will make so much fun of you. And you do not do well with people poking fun at you.
No, I don't.
Okay. So
no, he gave me a compliment. He said that to Anna, he's like, your co-host Ace, I really like him. He's funny. He's quick. And I'm like,
you are funny and quick. That's true.
Wow.
Okay. I'm here to tell you, and you guys have heard it on air, and you don't even know what I've said to him off air. But
right,
I'm just telling you. Okay. So,
who did you not like at BravoCon?
Who did I not like? You know who I did like was Dr. Contessa and her husband. I've never watched a minute of Married to Med in my life, but they just like hung out with us. Because like in the Bravo Palooza we were in, like nobody knew who they were, including us. I looked it up on my phone. And then
as they're standing there,
they didn't notice. And then they ended up just like hanging out and chatting. And she and her husband were so nice. She like showed me the dress she was going to wear later for her panel and was like, "You think I should wear this?" I was like, "Yes." I go, "You just have to think about when you're sitting, you know, like because it had like a cutout in the middle and some you're sitting, you know, she wouldn't have to worry about that." But she was really nice. Marisol was nice. I think I'm the only person that had a good interaction with her.
All the Married to Medicine women are gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I wished I would have seen Phaedra. I just saw her from a distance. I wish I'd seen her close up. No, I didn't have anybody that I talked to Michelle from the Valley. She couldn't have been nicer. You know, I just didn't have anybody that was like 2 years ago. I had a very bad experience with DJ James Kennedy. Was a dick.
That's tough.
But I didn't have anybody that I thought was rude. Anybody that I stopped or was like, "Hey," you know, they were nice. So
I had a lot of people say that Gretchen's face looked fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never saw Gretchen. I just saw Gretchen from afar. I didn't see Gretchen up close.
Yeah. And
I saw Sheree. And like got a picture and she was super nice, but her face is different. Her face is different.
Sheree's one of my least favorite housewives of all time.
You and I just disagree on so many things.
That's okay. And that's what makes us good. That's what brings us together.
What we do agree on is that Adriana is a fucking nuts.
She's such a psychopath.
What is up with her? Why is she so fucking weird?
And then did you see that there was a fight between Julia and Lisa Hochstein in the airport? And Lisa was like, she was just trying so hard to get any sort of story written about her.
I, on one of the Facebook groups I'm in, I sent you that screenshot that a fan went up and was talking to Adriana, and she said, when Julia comes on the stage, make sure you're booing and get all your friends to boo her.
And
A
then she
housewife
wasted
asking
10 minutes of the panel trying to do one of her funny jokes.
and people are just like, okay.
And the Haitian mortician was Phaedra Parks. It was just like,
By the way, 68 other people have made the Phaedra is the mortician joke. Like
she's so stupid. And the fact that we have given her so much credit for Haitian mortician, she won an award for it. Like it went straight to her head.
Well, she at the show that we went to, which was the first night, they brought out 28 housewives. So for Miami, it was Marisol, Alexia, and Adriana. And during the you were there during the breaks when Adriana was just like dancing around the stage, like twirling around in that awful dress. And somebody had said she had the worst style. And then the funniest things when she and Giselle, and this is going to air, I think, on the 17th or the 19th, right, Ace?
I don't know.
They said
today's the 19th.
Okay, so it must be airing tonight. I think it's airing tonight. But anyway, when they had them on the stage and it was like squash that beef, and it was Giselle and Adriana.
Two of the worst dressed housewives.
No, it was Adriana saying that Giselle was the rudest housewife she'd ever met.
Yes.
And Giselle goes, I literally don't know you. I've never seen you in my life. I've certainly never met you. I don't know how you could say I'm the rudest. Adriana's like, you were rude to me. You were rude to me. And she goes, aren't you like a friend of? Like, are you even a housewife? I was like, slam.
Giselle used to be one of my favorites. Then she lost me for a little bit, but that brought me back because I'm all about shitting on Adriana.
I am too. It's mean. All right. Well, I am headed off to do my next interview, and I thank you very much for your time.
I thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. I'm going to send you those 2 products that I'm not going to send them to you. I'm going to send you the links that I told you about earlier for depuffing the face, because that's all I did at BravoCon was depuff every morning. Depuff.
And before we go, I just want to give one shout out to my girl Ingrid, because she would come up and she'd be like, all right, guys, 5 minutes and we've got to head out. We're about 3 minutes out before we need to be going. All right, guys, we're 2 minutes from leave. I was like, oh my God, as someone who can't keep track of time to save their life, this is the most wonderful thing in the world. So,
but then when we were trying to leave, she was over there taking a picture with Margaret. I was like, Ingrid.
Just keeping the time in my head is helpful, because
it was like herding cats, because I was trying to get you, I was trying to get Caitlin, we were trying to get Ingrid, we were trying to get Gibson. We're like, we're walking. Yes, and then then you and Gibson just ditched Caitlin and I.
Well, you guys were so slow.
Well, I mean, Caitlin was wearing those heels.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I got to go send an email for my next interview. Ace, as always.
Thank you. I love you.
It's always a joy. I love you, Bobby. Okay, guys, I am here now with Rachel Smith. You guys, do you listen to the Smith Sisters live? I listen every morning. I get every piece of information I need about the world from the Smith Sisters. Rachel, thank you for coming and joining us.
Of course, Mary. It was so nice meeting you at BravoCon. I have seen your logo. I've seen and heard your podcast. My sister has been on, and I didn't realize that we had not met in person, and it was such a thrill. So I'm so happy to be here, to be in basically feeling like I'm with family today.
Okay, I will tell you, and I'm only telling you this because the listeners get annoyed, because I do go by Mary Payne, and a lot of people say Mary, and then the listeners go, you didn't correct them. I go, I'm not going to correct somebody, because Mary Payne is rough. It's hard. It's It's Southern, and it's hard to explain. So anyway, just before we get into it, and people go, why didn't you correct her? I'm like,
I love it. I love it.
I can't remember who I had on the other day, and at the end, I was like, okay. They go, okay, thanks, Mary. And then right when I click it, they go, Payne, I'm sorry, Mary Payne.
I love it. I love it. I love a 3 name. And I typically am Rachel Colleen Smith. But I saw that on
your email.
Yes. Then I got married, and now it's like a hyphenated name. So I'm always trying to make my name shorter.
Right. Me too.
There's just so many words.
I know. And your Instagram private citizen Rachel is pretty funny.
Yes, because the way that when we started doing our radio show, I was like, I don't want to put anything about myself online. I don't want to share anything about my son. And then once I did start sharing things, there were people who listened who started using my son's picture and were like posting it out of context. And I was like, I'm so creeped
No.
out by that. And
Mhm.
so now I'm like, when I did get a public Instagram, we had some fans who were calling me Private Citizen Rachel. So I was like, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that.
Yeah, I did when I tried to DM you guys, it was like, "You can't DM Rachel." I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
I'm like, I
okay."
get so creeped out.
That is so funny. I was like, "Can Mariah and Lauren, can you add her? Because 'Cause I'm not included." So
But
funny.
now we're connected.
We're connected now, but I gotta tell you though, when I saw you guys, so I was walking out with my friend Mandy, we were walking out at VIP, and I
Yeah.
saw you, the 3 of you, and I instantly know you, and again, I've had Mariah on,
Yeah.
and I kept walking, and I go, "I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
You
I gotta
have
say
to.
hey. I had to say hi."
If you hadn't, if Mariah had seen you, or if we had been like, you've been here this whole time,
I'm fleeing the scene.
and
I'm
we
fleeing
didn't
the scene.
connect. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Well, you never know. I mean, you guys looked like you were like, well, you were sitting with each other and you had like a handler. And I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't want to like, maybe you were having like a
No.
business lady business meeting, you know?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's because it's the 3 of us, it's always family and business at the same time. So
Right.
it's a kiki and business always. So
Yes.
always interrupt.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Y'all, the 3 of you jumped right up. You couldn't have
Oh my
been
God.
nicer. And we were talking about this beforehand. Ace was telling me about
Yes.
some bad interactions that he had.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
I gotta say, last 2 years ago, I had a couple of bad interactions. The year before, a couple of bad interactions. But this year, I didn't have anybody blow me off or I mean, mostly it was like the muscle around being like,
Yes.
back up," and you're like, "Do I
Yes.
look threatening?" But I get it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have I mean, I ran right up to Sheree, Katie Janella, like anybody that
Yes.
Cynthia Bailey stopped, like
Yes.
everybody was nice. I even saw
Yes.
Tia from Potomac at the airport and chatted with her. So
What?
nice. She was sitting next to me on the plane, and I just didn't, engage until we were
Oh my
at baggage
God.
claim, and then I was
And
like,
you're like,
"Hi.
"Hey, girl."
Hey, girl." Um, did you have any memorable experiences that were uncomfortable? Because I don't wanna say bad,
That
because I know
were
you're not gonna say bad. You're not gonna say
uncomfortable.
anything bad.
Yeah, I didn't have any bad interactions. Did I have any that were uncomfortable? I'm trying to think. The what and I won't say it was uncomfortable, but it just was like, oh, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it was how do I describe this? In the press room, it was like since we were rotating out with a lot of our Radio Andy family,
Yeah.
we were very much like, we want to stay on our time slot. We want to make sure, we get who we were allotted to get and we kind of get out of the way.
Yeah, follow the rules.
If I
Yeah.
want to follow the rules,
Yeah.
I want to play nice and I want to follow the rules. The only times that I felt uncomfortable, similarly to you, was with the handlers who were on the carpet. And we were like, we knew we had to leave as sisters, but we were like watching people they were doing like a round robin with the celebs, with
Yeah.
the Bravo lebs. And so if we were slotted to see someone, but their handler was like, oh, we actually have to go there first and then we'll come back. We kind of were like, we won't be here when you come back. So it wasn't like an interaction with someone, but it was the uncomfortableness of not being, I don't know, not wanting to be pushy enough to be like, no, I need to talk to them right now or
Yeah.
else I'll miss the opportunity. That was what was uncomfortable.
Because you don't wanna have to be like, "No, actually, it's my turn because this is how it works," and then
Yes.
the person is standing there, and then you look like a secretary or
Yes.
like, "I'm on
Yes.
the schedule," and you don't wanna feel like yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That was the uncomfortable feeling I was getting. So it wasn't from a particular person, but it was that navigating the nuance and the politics of the blue carpet. That to me
Mhm.
was like that gave me a little agita.
And I
But
don't
I
know how people get on the blue carpet because friends I know that had press, I was like, "Huh?" And then I would see, like,
really,
fun Instagram influencers that
yeah.
don't have a podcast, don't have anything other than a
Yeah.
fun Instagram, and they were on the blue carpet. I'm like,
Yes, yes. Yeah, it was
"How do you"
interesting, and I genuinely no clue.
Yeah,
No
I mean, I don't know
clue.
if I have to, like, sign up for a press badge and
Right.
then pay $1 zillion for a VIP ticket as well,
Right,
you know?
right, right. It's very interesting navigating it all, and we were lucky that our Radio Andy family kind of just took
Of
care of it
course.
for
Yeah, of
us, but
course.
it was like we just sort of got our marching orders, got our badges, and then as you just mentioned, Mary Payne, there were moments when we would be like, "We have press," but we had GA,
Yeah,
bracelets. So there were times when in years past, our press badges could get us in anything basically, like
yeah,
Bravopaloozas,
that's what you would
get
think.
good seats, this time it was like we were getting a lot of like, "Nope, you are over there, you are press, don't come past this because you don't have a VIP badge."
Yeah, yeah.
So, folks who had press passes and VIP or all access badges, they were the real ones.
Yes, yes, because like I said, Ace, he had a press badge, but it was
Yeah.
GA. So he was, like, making fun of me because we were like, "Oh, we were at this panel together." He goes, "Except for you were up in the VIP." I said,
Yes,
"Yeah, but you
yes.
could have been over in the press, like, you chose to sit in GA." He goes, "GA was a better seat than press."
Exactly. I 1,000% agree with Ace. We did the same thing for Salt Lake City. I was like, I cannot sit and only see them from the wings,
From
basically,
the
and
side, yeah.
see the screens. I
Mhm.
wanted to see every single snowflake head on,
Yeah.
and that's what we did. I was like, I'm sitting in GA. I do not care.
Did you get to meet Mary Cosby?
We got to meet Mary Cosby,
Alright,
and
tell
again,
me everything.
it was one of those scenarios where we were not supposed we went to get, like, coffee in the press room, and I
Mhm.
think it was, like, the influencers were doing the blue carpet, and we've had Mary on our show before, but it was over Zoom, and so we hadn't yet met her in person, and Mariah, my little sister, wasn't there when we recorded the episode. So when we saw her, we were like, we A, have to introduce ourselves IRL, and B, we need Mariah to experience the Mary Cosby vibes.
Yeah.
And she stepped off the carpet and she saw us and she was like, "Sisters." I could have started crying in that moment. I could have started crying. I'm like, Mary Cosby knowing who we are and then looking at Mariah and going, "You're the sister I didn't meet." Hugs, lovely interaction. It
That is
was
shocking.
I literally we had such a special moment, and it was just like her in passing, but she spotted us, and we were just, like, waiting like little kids trying to see
And she
Mother Mary.
remembered that you're Smith
Yes.
sisters and that she hadn't met
Yes.
one of you. That's
Yes. It was
crazy.
so beautiful, it was so special, and being able to have that warm moment with her was so special. And then before we left, we ran into Angie K and we again were like, we're about to leave. She's about to leave. We're all about to get in our cars. And we stopped her. We were like, we had to say something because we've been wanting to see her all weekend. And as we were talking to her, she goes, "Oh my God, I just realized I listened to your episode with Mary Cosby." And we were like, what is happening? We were like, they are truly besties. She listened to our radio show because her bestie was on it. And
Yes,
it was
yes.
just like the fullest circle moment and the best thing that we could have asked for. Best way to end our BravoCon. It was the best. It was the best.
Those were your 2 roses.
Those were my roses.
Mhm.
Those were my roses.
That's so crazy. Angie K, 2 years ago in the airport, we were
Yeah.
all going through, like, TSA PreCheck. It was Angie K and her husband and Heather, and all of us were shuttling through the TSA PreCheck together, and then, you get through on the other side in the Vegas airport, and then there's, like, if you're going to Concourse D, you have to get on this little tram or
Yes.
whatever, and we sat there and talked to Angie K and her husband, and we gave out, I'm not gonna yes, well, no, I don't have one right here. I gave you guys one. We give out, poker
Yes.
chips,
Your
your
poker
poker
chips.
chips. And we were told, we're like, "We're the ones that gave the poker chips." Angie K's husband pulled his out of his pocket and goes, "I kept it because this is great. Such a great
Are
idea."
you
Yeah,
serious?
they were so nice. And then eventually they got tired of Heather yakking with us and they left her. And then she didn't know where to go. So we're like, "Ride with us to the D terminal." So she rode with us to the D terminal. And
What
I
are
know a
you
lot of people
talking
thought
about?
Heather had this year, people thought she maybe was a little big for her britches. But I think
Mm.
that's that was the feeling I got of people's interactions, that maybe she was a little above it now.
I see. She's not one with the people anymore.
Not one with the people anymore, but people that interacted with the Angie K had similar to you that she was wonderful again, like when we met her. Yeah.
It was the warmest interaction. I'm just now realizing I don't think I saw Heather at all. So I'm like,
I
I
didn't
don't
see her
even
either.
know if any of my sisters had interactions either. But that I don't like that. But you know what? You know what? I was gonna go down the train of like, I don't like that. However, if you're Heather Gay and
Mhm.
you're sitting in that Salt Lake panel
Yeah.
and you're hearing receipts, proof, time, you're hearing it yelled back at you like
Yeah.
you're in church,
Yeah.
I would feel pretty high on myself too.
Yeah. And you know, people are like, "Oh, she's admitting to getting all this plastic surgery and stuff." And I'm like,
What's wrong with that?
who cares? Go for it.
What's wrong with that?
Go for it. I'm
She
like,
looks great.
tell me the name of your doctor. You look great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Share the prescriptions. Whatever you got, I want the download.
That's what I just told Ace. Whatever Alexia from Miami is taking, whoever her doctor is, whatever magical serum she pours on her, I would like to have it because she is
I would
stunning.
like a sample. I would like a sample. Please share with the class.
And in the Bravo Palooza we had, Marisol came in and went directly to a chair and sat. Right? She wasn't gonna stand. No. And believe me when I tell you, Ingrid looked over at me, prime producer, who you guys didn't meet because she was still sitting in the lounge working.
Okay.
Ingrid, my producer, goes, "It's happening. Your dream is coming true." I was like, "Where?" Because Marisol is my
What?
dream. It was Marisol. She's like, "It's happening.
Oh,
She's coming in." I was like, "What?" So,
did you sit next to her?
boom, 2 seconds. I was the first one. I was like, there was a piece of paper that said reserved. I just picked it right up. I said,
This was reserved for me.
I sat down. I said, "I know Miguel Luciano. We're friends." That was all it took. So the key is when some of these celebrities, these Bravo Lebs have been like a little with people, I think you got to go in immediately with a compliment, just an immediate compliment,
Yes.
just not even a compliment sandwich, as we say, not even a something bad in
No,
the middle,
no,
just
no.
only compliments.
Only bread. Only bread of compliment.
Only bread. And I was just fawning over her, telling her that the only reason I even started watching Miami, which I had never watched, was because I saw her and Marisol her and Alexia on Ultimate Girls Trip.
Oh my God.
I had never watched Miami, and I was like, "Who are these miraculous women?" I started from the
They're
beginning and
incredible.
binge the whole thing all the way to
I
current.
need to get fully into it. I've only like poked or
See?
not poked, but dipped my toe into this most recent season. And then
Mhm.
the reunion fully captivated me. Knowing
Yes.
very little about the season, the reunion wrapped me up like I don't even know
Yes.
what. And
Mhm.
now I'm sad. I'm sad
Yes, see, now you're
because
sad when you miss it.
they're so messy, so beautiful, so real. I love the accents, I love the looks, I love the drama, and I feel like I was not giving Miami its flowers, and I'm so
Mhm.
behind.
Mhm. Well,
I'm
I
so
told her.
behind.
I told her. I mean, there's so many classic scenes this past season. You've got Marisol and what I met her in, which was a head to toe Gucci outfit, like a coat over a shirt, over a
Stop.
skirt, over a shoe
All
just
Gucci.
all Gucci. And she sits with a dead serious face and tells the new housewife, Stephanie, "You're very ostentatious.
Oh my
And
God.
people don't like how much you brag about your money and da da da." And meanwhile, she's head to toe
Head to
Gucci.
toe.
And she's telling her, "You look
She's like,
like,"
"I don't brag though.
but I don't, like, you could just see it. I don't need to talk about
I don't have
it.
to
Mhm,
talk about it."
mhm.
It's so funny also that you had a chair moment with Marisol because I also had a chair moment with Marisol. We
No.
were again waiting for our car, again, 2 seconds before leaving, and I was about to go sit down, and she came up to sit down. Basically, it was like musical chairs in
Right, mhm.
2.2 seconds,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, "Were you about to sit down?" And I was like, "No, no, no.
No,
You
no,
take the chair.
it's
This
for
is
you.
your throne,
Uh-huh,
my
yeah.
queen." And she was like, "No, no, no. Do you wanna sit down?" But it was like she was like, "I dare you to say you wanna sit down." But it was such an iconic moment because at the exact same time, it was like Bronwyn and Sheree were to my left and Angie K was on the right. And I was like, "Marisol, honestly, you take the chair. I'm overstimulated." I'm
That's
overstimulated.
you just saying that just gave me like my head just went, where would I look? What would I do?
And
Who would I
she
talk
sat
to?
down. I was like, Marisol was gunning for that chair. So my girl is a chair girl.
She's like Mariah Carey. She doesn't stand for long.
And I'm not standing for anyone. I mean, it's not standing for long. I'm not standing at all for anyone. And I
That's
respect
hilarious.
that. I respect it.
Did you get to talk to Bronwyn?
Okay, we talked to Bronwyn in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
She is one of Lauren, my older sister's favorite housewives, Bronwyn
Okay.
and Angie K.
Okay.
When I tell you, my older sister, who was on the blue carpet the entire time, she has met more celebs in all of her years of working in TV, working in entertainment. The way she turned into a lost puppy when Bronwyn was right in front of her, I was like, I had never experienced that. This is my older sister. I was like,
Yeah.
are you good? I basically had to shove her in front of Bronwyn, and she was like, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know. So it was like so quick, and Bronwyn did want to stay and chat, but my sister kind of just like turned around and got scared. And I was like, sister, we could have had moments with all she was doing was going out to sign autographs. Like it
Right.
wasn't like she was in a rush. So we just gave her flowers. We said, thank you for being an iconic housewife. You're an amazing millennial housewife. There needs to be more, connections between millennial housewives. You dress well. We love you. And have a great night, basically. And
Yeah.
she was so grateful, so sweet. But I was like, I wanted that to be more of a vibe than what my sister allowed it to be.
I met my idol of the world, who is Karen Kilgariff of My Favorite Murder. I met
When
her.
did this happen?
This happened at Podcast Movement in Chicago, and I've talked about Karen for 7 years. I'm on the highest level of their fan club. I've got like their word art on my wall, like,
oh my God.
And Matt Moore, my friend, went up to her and said, she's just at Podcast Movement, standing around the bar like with everybody else. And
What happened?
Matt went up and goes, my friend wants to talk to you. She's nervous. Da, da, da. This is not like this is my job to talk to people, right?
You're like, I've never spoken to anyone before in my life.
And I did just what your sister did. I was like, I just want to tell you that, like, I like looked down, teared up a little, and was like, I just want to. That's it. It was
the immediate shutdown.
Mortifying. I had to like tell about it on the podcast. I had so many listeners like, this was your moment. You blew it. I was like, I've been talking about it for 7 years. The only person I've ever wanted to have on my show is Karen Kilgariff. And I've gotten so close to people that know her. Like I know their old producer now, Stephen Ray Morris. Like I know him now. I know so many ways in. But when I had the moment,
and yet you fumbled.
I had my.
What do you think that what is that in us? Like, is it because we immediately revert back to childlike symptoms basically?
It's like, I'm not cool enough. She'll never like me. It's high school. I can't hang with the cool people. It's like that.
Yes. And the buildup, I feel like I do more buildup, especially with people who are not A-list or who are not like your mainstreams. Like if I'm talking to Beyonce,
Sure.
I could sit and have tea, no problem. Harry Styles, done.
Stop
Oprah would love to sit and just like gab. If it's a comedian I like, a reality star, an athlete, I'm sweating from every part of my body and my vocal cords have been clipped. I don't know what it like. I don't know. Or if it's a TikToker I like. I'm like, why is it the lower they get on the fame totem pole, the more stressed I get?
Have you met any of those 3 people you just named?
I have. Outside of Oprah, I have worked with Harry Styles and I have met Beyonce in passing. I used to work somewhere where I could talk to her or see her around. And so I have met her. And then I worked with Harry in all of One Direction at Sesame Street when I worked there.
Yes. Okay, I've saw One Direction 3 times and saw Harry Styles 2 times.
And Payne, we got to. You brought up.
I won't say they were always with my daughter either. I was alone some of those times.
Wait, Mary Payne, we need to have a full offline and online about One Direction. They are my favorite band of all time. I have traveled the world to see them. I have seen them more times than I could count. I have at least 2 or 3 One Direction tattoos. When Liam Payne died, I got a tattoo in memory of him. I am so obsessed. The band I have been a fan since 2012. It took over my life. And then when they broke up, it literally ruined my life. I couldn't even think or talk about Zayn Malik for years until this year, I think. Last year, maybe, right after Liam died.
We saw the first concert they had after Zayn left, and we were to Baltimore, because I'm in DC, and they were in Baltimore, and it was like the first, I think it was the first one after he left, and we were like, how's this going to be? Didn't miss the beat. We loved it. Picked right up.
Picked up.
Professional.
The way they took over his verses and like Better Than Words. All of the moments where I was like, oh, now I get to hear my other faves sing more. That's great for me.
Yeah.
And then when Harry went solo, I have seen him. I don't even know how many. They run my life.
Yeah.
They're always in my Spotify top. It doesn't matter what year it is. One Direction, Harry Styles. I'm sure Liam will be in my top this year. It just is like, I love them. I love them. I love them. And I will die loving them. I love that band. So
okay.
much.
This is very exciting. This is very exciting.
I am a major Directioner.
The only time I've ever, so Oprah is from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. So we saw her. I was with my mom, and you don't know this about me, but I'm also one of 3 sisters. So I'm the Mariah. I'm the youngest.
Oh, I've got the baby on the line.
I'm the baby. So my mom and the 3 sisters and my mom, we were in Hawaii, and we went a couple of times because the area we were in, we went over to the Four Seasons bar in the afternoon.
Okay.
And specifically like, we're going to see somebody in here, right?
You will.
Yeah. And we did see Oprah. And she was walking out. Now, she was kind of purposely had her arm around sort of a younger girl. I don't know if it was Gail's daughter or who it was, or one of her daughters from the school or what.
Yeah,
but I think she was kind of purposely engaging in conversation because she could see these people out there like,
rapid waiting.
So when she walked by, my sister, one of us like slapped the other like right in the face, like, and because one of us was like looking down, what? And then my mom was like, what's going on? I mean, she's just,
it's Oprah.
She got in her car, and our car drove up at the same time, our rental car. We followed her all the way to her gate.
I understand this.
We waited because we knew where the gate was because the local already told us.
Wow.
And, because
my
it's
God.
It looks like a cattle gate. It's not like a gate. It looks like a cattle gate.
God. You're like, I just need to lay eyes on her until I actually can no longer see her.
We didn't stop and like watch or anything, but we drove past and getting out at the gate. You turned in. But yeah.
I love it. Again, in those moments, it's like, I just need to be that in those moments, especially with Oprah, it's like, this is greatness personified.
My mom was like, why didn't anybody say, we're from Mississippi?
What is
like, we would like to just, I was like, Mom, we can't do that. We can't be at the Four Seasons yelling out, we're from Mississippi.
In
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Doing that?
Like, ain't nobody thinking about Mississippi at the Four Seasons in Hawaii. But it would have been a great link up.
I know.
You could have had a great family portrait.
I know, but oh my God.
Misstop.
Okay, all right, back to BravoCon.
Okay.
So tell me what panels you guys moderated some panels. What did you moderate?
Yes. So the 3 of us split up. There was this stage right before you walked into the convention center called the Bravo Insider Deck. And it was that like,
outside or the one to the
left? Was outside. It was outside.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically a stage for the fans. Like, it was like you could hear it, whoever was on stage right when you came in. Dorinda was DJing before I went on. Meredith Marks was DJing before Mariah went on.
Hilarious.
Andy came out when Meredith was on. They were bringing out family members. Dorinda was giving out traders cloaks. She had like a disco ball around her neck. It was so fun. And throughout the weekend, each of us had basically a specific day, they would have a variety of Bravo Lebs coming through to play basically any game you've ever seen played on Watch What Happens Live. So Bravo would squares. They basically had the doorbell. They did Mystery Bravo Leb. And so my sisters and I each had a set of panels where we would host these games and we would bring fans up on stage to meet their faves, basically.
I missed that completely. That is my jam. I'm so good at games.
It was so fun. I had the Married to Medicine women. And so we played a game where we would bring up Married to Med fans, and they would read off true or false statements to play Bravo with squares.
Okay.
And then I had 2 mystery Bravo Lebs. One was Captain Sandy and one was Sheena Shea. And I, again, knew who they were.
Of course.
But I got to bring up fans who then would have to ask questions into the mic. And then the mystery Bravo Lebs were in the back with like a distorted microphone.
Yes, yeah.
And they would come out. And when Sheena came out, they started playing Good as Gold. And she, the whole time, was like dropping little hints that she was maybe going to be on TV next year. She's dropping new music. And then she played from her phone into the microphone her new song.
Really?
It was so fun. And I was like, and it was one of the only stage I think that was not streamed on Peacock. So it was literally like, if you miss this, you miss it. You cannot see it again.
I missed it, and I'm so jealous now that you're telling me about it.
It was iconic.
How was the song?
It sounded like a K-pop song. I was like, Sheena, this is a bop.
Yeah, good.
This is a bop. She was very proud of the song.
Good.
She was so excited to play it for people. And then after there were no losers with all the fan games. They got a gift bag from Bravo, and they got to take a selfie, like a professional photo, and then a Polaroid selfie with their favorite Bravo Lebs. It was tremendous.
I'm putting this in the bank for 2 years from now because I didn't know. I just thought that stage was DJ in the morning, and then I didn't know.
No, it was all day of like fan favorite moments. And because I got to see Mariah do hers, Mariah kicked it off. She was the first panel. And I think she had Captain Jason and Daisy. And then she also had someone else. I forget who her mystery Bravo Leb was. And then Lauren had the cast of The Valley, and her mystery Bravo Leb was Chanel Ayan.
Wow.
And it was like, it was dreams coming true. And again, it was for the fans.
Yeah.
So everyone who was in the audience, they knew that they didn't know who the mystery Bravo Lebs were, but they knew that whoever the sit down interview was with, they had chairs. They had and it was like all the Bravo Lebs came down after, signed things, took photos with people. It was so delightful. And as someone who is a fan of so many things, who has traveled the world to see her faves and fan out with, it was like such like a nod to, if you're a real one, you're going to find your people and you will get that one-on-one interaction that you've been looking for all weekend. It was perfection. It was perfect.
Do you know, I have watched Married to Med in the years past, but I haven't kept up on it. And when we were in our Bravo Palooza, Dr. Contessa and her husband were in there. And I mean, I knew she was on Married to Med, but I didn't know her name. She's in this Balmain, like skin tight.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't know who that lady is. So of course, I'm like, look it up.
Google.
She was eating like one of the little pasta apps and like dropped a spoon on Ingrid. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Ingrid's like, listen, I'll take your, it's fine. We ended up, because people didn't really either know who she was or because she was sitting over with us, they just thought she was like a regular person. We ended up talking to her and her husband for 10, 15 minutes. She was showing me, she was like, for the next panel, I was going to wear this, or I could change into this dress. What do you think?
Not you're like, giving fashion advice. Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you.
Because it had like a cutout in the middle. I was like, you have to think about how it looks when you're sitting.
Yeah.
You know, now she didn't have to worry about it, but for me, it would be like a little sport.
I would be spilling. I would be spilling out.
But her husband was like, oh, no. She's got this thing under it. And he goes, I think it's hot. I think she should wear that. I go, see, a lot of people have pictures with you in this now. So I would change. She's like, yeah, I'm going to go change. We chatted, talked to her
Wow.
husband about his suit. He was explaining his friend had just opened this business and now was in Macy's and he was supporting his friend. We had
Just
the
real
best
combo.
conversation with them. We didn't know who they were at all. They were so nice.
I love this. And to me, I'm like similarly, my takeaways from BravoCon were the biggest ones were like people who I was not checking for, like Southern
Yeah.
Charm. I have no reason to watch. I just have not been called.
Yeah.
But when I saw Vanita on the red carpet and then I saw her interactions, her potentially, wanting to have a love connection with Carl. I saw her in the #1 Guys and Gals with the BravoCon or the Watch What Happens Live. And I was like, oh, now I just want to support her. I love her. I just was like, I want more of her. And same with Married to Med.
Yeah. Vanita's like a huge influencer.
I was like, I had no clue what her vibe was, what her swag, her presence. I was so entrenched with just like love for her.
She's very like modelly and
Yes.
outfits and
Yes. And the Married to Med women, I was like, I've seen episodes but hadn't tapped in. Those were some of the most shady women I have ever encountered in my life. They were reading each other up and down our panel. And then I think Heavenly was on the reading room for the Watch What Happens Live episode. And I'm like, these women are cutthroat. I will be tuning in regularly.
The Watch What Happens Live we went to, Giselle and Adriana did like Squash That Beef. And Adriana came up there, and I guess she had said on Watch What Happens Live that Giselle was the rudest she'd ever met. And Giselle literally goes, I literally have never seen you in my life. If you walked by me in the street, I would not know you were on Bravo. I do not know you. And Adriana goes, no, like I met you somewhere and you were so rude. And Giselle goes, is she even a housewife? Are you like a friend? I don't even know.
Stop.
She did not. I was like, she did not just say,
Stop.
She is a friend.
Is she even a housewife?
She was like, she's a friend. And I mean, the audience was like screaming.
What do you think about the Cy and Madison beef?
I didn't understand that because somebody else pointed out that they were on a panel together.
Yeah.
And Cy was like, she thinks all brown people look the same. And, I've never even met her. And then people put out pictures of them together on a panel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I really think that was Cy's bad just to not realize she'd met her before.
Yes. And it was a moment where there was like a game being played on one of the side stages. And Madison was shown a picture and she was supposed to describe to Austin, I think, like who the person was without saying their name.
Okay.
And he held up a picture of Cy and she said, oh, that's the meanest person I've ever met. And everyone was like, what?
And then he guessed it because she had said it to him.
He was like, I have no idea who you're talking about. And he looked and he was like, Cy's the meanest person. And she turned around and was like, yep. Stood on business. And then Cy, I think, was kind of like, what are you talking about? We've never met. And then that's when the photo of the panels that they've seen each other before. But I'm like, what did Cy do that Madison split her lips to say the meanest person she's ever met?
Yeah, give an example. Like what happened exactly?
Let us in. I still don't know what it was. I'm like,
I wonder if Cy was just dismissive to her because otherwise you can't really imagine it. Some people you can imagine. If somebody said Giselle's the meanest person you ever met, you'd be like, all right.
Okay. Cy? I'm like, what did Cy do to you? Like, I'm like, what the heck?
I mean, I don't get it. Well, maybe Madison will go on, Watch What Happens Live when Southern Charm starts airing and clear it up. Yeah, because I do love Madison.
I'm very curious. It felt out of the blue and very much like, oh, there's a story there, but are we going to get it?
Yeah, I bet she'll tell it on Watch What Happens Live when other Southern Charm starts airing, which I saw the preview they gave for that was just like one scene from a party. I like when they do like quick cuts. So you can guess.
Yes.
Oh my God. Listen,
I'm curious.
I know that you are short on your time and you are
oh my gosh
me in. And I appreciate, by the way, now I'm remembering now from your show that you're a One Directioner, but because the three of you sound exactly alike.
We do.
I'm never quite sure who's saying what. And I said that to John Hill one time. I said, they sound exactly alike. He goes, once you get in there,
Yeah,
You'll know. Yeah.
John's like, I've unfortunately had to spend too much time with each of them and them together. I know their voices, but it is difficult. We sometimes will listen to things, we're like, well, who said that? Or I will look in the mirror sometimes. Like if
Mhm.
I'm washing my face and I put my head back up, sometimes I'll see Lauren or Mariah and I get spooked. And I'm like, I know what I look like and I know what my sisters look like. So I understand. But
That
we
is so
must
funny.
talk One Direction. I could talk about it until I'm blue in the face.
I have 2 sisters, and my middle sister and I, we look exactly alike. The older sister looks like us too, and you would always know we're sisters, but she has more of a, brown hair, more like an olive coloring, whereas my sister and I
Got
look
it.
kind of pale and blonde, and we look just like our mom, and my older sister looks a little bit more like my dad, but it is the same thing. There will be a photo, and I'll go, "It'll
That's
take
not
me a
me.
second. It'll take
Yeah,
me a
like,
second.
that's not me.
I don't think oh, that's not me." You
How
know?
far apart are you all in age?
The 2 of them are 2 years apart,
Okay,
and then I am 4 years behind that. So I am 4
got
and
it.
6 years younger than them. So they're close together, and
Wow.
then I'm 4 years behind.
Oh, we need to do a link up. I want to one day in the future, and I have been talking about it for years. I want to do a convention for sister trios, and I want
Okay.
to have breakout sessions for
Okay.
eldest, middle,
Mhm.
younger, and then I want to have side panels for dads of 3 daughters, moms of 3 daughters,
Okay.
partners of people who are dating a 1/3 of a trio of sisters. I just think that there's community there.
Well, here's something interesting. So my oldest sister is married to the oldest of 3 boys. My middle sister is married to a middle, it's boys and girls, but he's the middle. And then
Oh
I am
god.
married to the youngest in his family. So technically none of those marriages would work, but they do.
Oh my god.
Isn't that
I'm
weird?
shocked by that.
Isn't that weird? And
That just threw me.
my husband has 2 older sisters, and he's the youngest. And the joke, and feel free to use this, and I think you should. I think you should tell
Please.
Mariah to use this.
Okay.
The phrase that we say all the time is baby sister in the back because, whenever you go anywhere, it's baby sister in the back. So, anytime, still to this day, we'll go somewhere and, like, get in the back, and I'm like, "It's baby sister in the back." It's always
Baby
like,
sister in the back.
"Baby sister in the back."
Honestly, I love that, and
Mhm.
Mariah would never abide.
Me, they would just put me on the floorboard in the back seat. Remember back in the day, they would just put
Yes, in the
"No,
back
we're
of the
gonna be on the
station
seat,
wagon.
and you're gonna be
Yeah.
on the floorboard." I'm like,
Yes,
"Okay,
yes.
baby sister in the back. There we
Baby
go."
sister in the back. I need that on a t-shirt.
We do it all the time. We'll get in the car to go anywhere. My son, who's 6'1", will go, "You have to get in the back." He's like, "Baby sister in the back." I'm like, "Get back
Baby
there."
sister in the back. As mom. I love it. I love
They
it.
put me in the back. I'm the shortest in the family,
Oh
so
my
they're always like,
god.
"Mom, get in the back." I'm like,
Yeah, your
"Fine.
legs are short.
I know my spot." Um, Rachel, tell everybody where they could listen to your show, please.
You can listen to my show, Smith Sisters Live, with my sisters, Lauren and Mariah, daily on Sirius XM's Radio Andy, channel 102 at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, and then in the Sirius XM app. We also have a podcast, Smith Sisters Live Deep Dive, that comes out monthly wherever you get your podcasts. And follow me at Private Citizen Rachel on Instagram and at Smith Sisters Live on Instagram to see all the sister shenanigans.
Just don't try to DM her. She's private.
Honestly, act like you don't know me. Follow me, but don't do too much. Unless it's to talk about One Direction, then the floodgates are wide freaking open.
Follow me, but don't talk to me.